Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I am doing the Sisterhood of the World Vlogger Award tag, and I'm not 100% sure who this originated from. I think it was a blogger, but I will find out and I will link their blog in the comments below. But I was tagged by Lulo Fangirl, which her channel is amazing, so if you haven't checked it out, check it out, and I'll link her tag below. So thank you very much to her for tagging me. And basically what happens with this tag is that the person who's tagged you has set you 10 questions, you answer those 10 questions, you tag some people, and those people you set another 10 questions, so they get different 10 questions to answer, and they can be sort of a mixture of personal or book related or whatever you like really. So I'm going to answer the questions that I've been set, then I'm going to tag some people, and then link down below are the people that I'm tagging and also their questions. Okay, so let's get into this tag. So the first question is, what's your favourite genre? And I think if I'm being entirely honest and entirely truthful with myself at this point in time, because if you watch my channel, you know that I like a variety of books. I pretty much will read anything in most genres, and so, but if I'm looking specifically at what I tend to be reading a lot more of at the moment, that's sort of YA dystopians, YA fantasies, so I have to say those are my sort of go-to books at the moment. So question number 2 is, if you were stranded on a desert island, which one fictional character would you take with you? For this, I'm picking Wonder Woman because I have a little bit of a girl crush on Wonder Woman. I think she's awesome, and also, you know, she's an Amazonian, so she'd be really strong, and she'd have lots of sort of ideas of what we could do to sort of stay alive, and she's got powers, so we could probably just escape from the desert island if we wanted to. Yeah, so I think definitely Wonder Woman. Question 3, can you read multiple books at the same time, or can you just read one? Well, I like to read one book at a time. I find that I just can't keep it all straight in my head if I read more than one. However, sometimes I read a fiction book and I have a non-fiction book or a collection of short stories on my nightstand, because I find that short stories, you can read one short story in an evening just before bed, and the non-fiction I don't find distracts my brain from the fictional books that I'm reading. So at the moment it's one novel, or one proper fictional novel, but I can read multiple books if I'm including a non-fiction. But I would never read like a fiction and then a load of non-fiction. I'd only ever have a fiction and then one non-fiction or one short story collection going at the same time. I can't have multiple, never more than 2 books. What is your favourite book to movie adaptation? And for this one, I've got 2. I've cheated. I really, really like Jurassic Park. I can't wait for the new film to come out. It's one of the things me and my husband agree on. We both absolutely love the films. We just think they're brilliant. And then on a more serious note, I absolutely adore The Colour Purple, and I think the film The Colour Purple is magnificent. The next question is, what's your favourite children's book? I have so many favourite childhood books and children's books that I love, and loads of different authors. But one book that I really like, and I like the edition that I got, is Ballet Shoes by Noel Streatfeild. This is just a really beautiful edition. It's so soft, it's got a lovely ribbon, and it's got illustrations throughout, and it's just such a lovely story, so I can't wait to read this to my daughter when she's older. Would you rather binge watch TV shows or binge on books? And for me, that'd be books. I do like the occasional binge of TV shows, but I have found that since starting BookTube and widening my sort of reading, I just love binging on books, but only if I'm getting into a real sort of, oh wow, and you know, if I'm getting into a real pace of books, which happens sort of every now and again. I might read, you may notice that I might read sort of 6 books in a week, and I just love that. I love it when you get on a bit of a binge. How do you find out about book new releases? BookTube. Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. I'm a bit of a rubbish social media person. I haven't got Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but only because I feel that I should, because a lot goes on Twitter and I'm just sort of starting to work out how to use it, and obviously I'm on YouTube. So for this I'd have to say Twitter, because I haven't got any of the others. Next is, do you own any book swag? And I have to say to this, hell yes. Let me show you some. First, let me show you some mugs I've got. I love this mug. It says, "She is too fond of books, it has turned her brain," which is a Louise May Alcott quote, so I like that mug. I've also got this mug, which is from Mr. B's Book Emporium, which I love, in Bath, where I did a book spa once, where you go along and you sit down with someone with chocolate brownies and coffee, and you tell them what sort of books you like, and they bring a load over and they explain them to you, and then you have a voucher and you can buy some of them or buy books in the shop. Oh, I loved it. It was such a wonderful experience. Such a great Christmas gift if you know anybody that, you know, is going on holiday to Bath or lives near Bath. And the quote on the back says, "Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the books herself from Mr. B's." And that's a quote from Mr. B's rewrites Mrs. Dalloway. So that's one of my other mugs. I've got this necklace that I absolutely adore, which says, "So many books, so little time." I've got a banned books bracelet, and all of these on here are books that have been banned. It's upside down at some point for various reasons. I've got a Game of Thrones bracelet. I've got some wonderful bookmarks. I don't know if you know, but I absolutely love A Walk to Remember, and this is a Walk to Remember bookmark. It says, "Love without suffering, there would be no compassion. Love is always patient and kind." I love, love, love this. It's a Nicholas Sparks book, but also a really good film. I loved it. I've also got an Eleanor Reads Books bookmark, which I absolutely adore. You can see a picture of my daughter on there and all the things that I absolutely love, including Wonder Woman. My husband knows how much I love books, and for a Valentine's Day once, rather than getting me flowers, he bought me a rose made out of book pages, which I think is beautiful, so I love that. I've got a pillow which has Matilda. It's done like a book, and it's got Matilda and it's got a quote from the book in it, but it's a pillow. And lastly, I've got some Puffin postcards, this is full of postcards of Puffin covers over the years. So quite a bit of swag, and probably more, but I just haven't managed to round it all up into one place. And then the final question is, do you prefer a happy ending or a realistic ending? And oh, I'm a sucker for a happy ending. I like to come away from a book smiling, feeling happy, so definitely a happy ending. So that's my answer to these questions. Now for the people that I'm tagging, and they'll find my questions in the comments below. I'm going to tag Sarai from Sarai Talks Books, Stephanie from Time to Read, Nicole from Dorkabrain, Sam from Cold Tea and Crumbs, and I'm afraid I don't know your first name, but your channel is Happy Comes First, and if you haven't checked her out, you should, because she's brilliant, and she's quite new to BookTube. So I'm tagging all of you, and you'll find my 10 questions in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Let me know what your answers to some of these questions might be if you fancy a chat in the comments below. Otherwise, I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye for now, BookTube.